Hey, hello again. We're on the ground, just holding short of runway 9 right here at Philadelphia International Airport, home of the trees at the end of the runway. It's a beautiful setting, isn't it? Park-like in its splendor. But anyway, we're really not in it for the scenery, at least not the scenery here to speak of. Instead, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be flying, as I'll just get rid of these decision heights here, we're going to be flying into New York's LaGuardia Airport, a little short hop, a tiny hop as a matter of fact, kind of a therapeutic flight. For me, I've kind of had it up to here with Trumps and Clintons and Wieners and Humas. And Oprahs, and Humas, and Humas, and Oprahs. No. Kind of had it up to here with all of it, and have to go back to work for another week and 2 days of it, starting Monday. But decided what I would do is fly a flight in the 737 for my enjoyment, and I hope for yours. We are going to be flying the terrifying Expressway Visual into runway 31 at LaGuardia. A shoot the localizer, break off the localizer here at this radial, go along the Long Island Expressway, loop around Citi Field and Flushing Meadows Park and the National Tennis Center, and plunk down here and then hold short of runway 22 where they are launching, or actually runway 4 where they are launching aircraft. So I figured, well, what's kind of the shortest plausible flight that we can do this in, because I do want to take off, I do want to get up in the air, and I do want to have just a little bit of time to get regrouped and ready to go. And let me see if I can show you the approach, what it should look like here. Okay. Expressway Visual. How do you like that? Alright, let's see. What is the best one here? There's one of a Delta flight coming around the bend from the ground, but it's not called that, and so I can't search on it that way, sadly, because it's too damn good. But I think this is a Delta 757, yeah, and they're using LNAV and VNAV. That they've built an overlay over this thing so that they can get full guidance. We'll just skip through here. So, okay. That is Greenwood Cemetery. That is Prospect Park. That is the Citibank building in Queens, which is actually directly down the subway from the Citibank building in New York. And this is Williamsburg right here. Anyway, let me show you where that is on the map. That right there is basically that right there. So, show you what this looks like. So you get established on the localizer for runway 4. And there's runway 4 right there. They want you to be over the park as much as you can, because then you're over as few people as you possibly can be. Those are the twin white tanks right here. And that's where you're going to turn to 085.
Emails engaged. Flaps 5.
Okay, so they bring their flaps in here. We might go a little bit sooner. That's the lovely Gowanus Canal down here. So there again is the runway you're not going to be landing on.
You're down flaps 15. That's the full 15 knot additive too. Now I'll give it to you if you want. So it'll be one.
VNAV's engaged.
Okay.
And that's what
145 and 160.
We're going to be doing gear down 15.
Okay, here we go. Speed brake is on. Gears down 3 green.
Down 3 green, flaps 25.
Flying out. This is the Long Island Expressway, and then we're looking right around here. This is City Field. Actually, this was probably Shea Stadium.
These will just aim you right at those projects over there. Just give you a nice turn in.
Yes, they're just ever so slightly to the right of the highway, not by much.
Flaps 30 target.
Okay, flaps are 30 green.
There's Flushing Meadows Park. This is the old 1964 fair site. This is called the Unisphere. We always call it the Enosphere. It's just kids.
It usually brings me out pretty much right on the Bassett.
It's the Enosphere. Okay, so right at this intersection there, we start to turn. There we go.
A lot of wind.
Moving like crazy. See the wind blowing wide here this way?
1,000?
Okay, so they follow this highway around. It's the Whitestone Expressway. Stay to the right of this canal. This is the old Flushing Airport, which does not exist anymore, but X-Plane thinks it does.
You pick up the Bassett's here in just a second.
There is the runway. And it's this little crotch in the creek here that we're going to be aiming for. And see they're launching traffic off of runway 4, which is why you're supposed to hold short.
Oh, I think they got them turned on.
Autopilot's coming off.
See, now they did this whole thing with autopilot couple. We are not. We're doing it by hand.
300, wind's running down the runway.
Look at the window. Look at the white caps here on
200.
on Flushing Bay. Pretty damn perfect.
50, 30, 20, 10.
I think that's American Airlines by their call-outs.
No,
That's how you do that.
that's how I do it.
Jesus.
All right, so that's how we're going to do it. Perhaps. All right, we've got our V-speed set. We got our V2 speed set. Trim set. I don't have a first officer, and I don't have an autopilot that can do that. Turn off the parking brake. Sparklers are on continuous. Lights are on. Pressurization is to flight. Cruise altitude is set. Leads are on. We're hardly going high enough for it to matter. And packs are on auto. Yaw damper is on. That is good. Altitude is set. We will take off in heading select mode, and I will set the runway heading as soon as I get on the runway. It's 09 something or 08 something. We're going to have a little bit in the way of performance problems coming into New York because we're using Drzewecki's Manhattan, which looks beautiful, but is a real frame rate killer. And we're going to be heading to the east, to the Jersey Shore, to the Coyle VOR. So we're making a right turn coming out of here. You know what? It is such a short leg. I'll just fly runway heading manually, then we'll engage LNAV and do it that way. Auto throttle is armed, flight directors are on, captain's priority, trim is set. Nav aids are set actually for our arrival, and improbably we're already picking up JFK's VOR, which is 83 miles away. Brakes are on RTO, and let's do this right. Heading 090. And heading select mode. Alright. Are we ready, campers? Okay. Takeoff power is set. Airspeeds alive. Coming up on 80. There's 80. Little over trim there. Alright. Just trying ourselves into VNAV. And start to clean up. Follow the flight suggester. If I turn it into the flight director, you can sometimes get in trouble. Not a lot of time, but sometimes. It's the flight strong suggested. Alright, there's our acceleration altitude, and our MCP speed is set, which is 250. And we're really not going to get above that, I don't think, for the entire flight. Alright, so we've set on the left side the localizer. We haven't set it on both sides because we're really not using it for a full approach. And I want to be able to have JFK for that radial, although we should see where we're going to turn in any case. But that way we've got belt and suspenders. Alright, up, and off, and on, and boom, boom, go the lights, a little bit low, but just do it, get done. Get a little bit of pure flying pleasure out of it. See if we follow the flight suggester, we'll speed up just a little bit. I was pitching for a little bit faster climb, so we can get a little bit gentler descent, a little bit longer cruise. Right. That looks great. Magnificent. Turn off our igniters. I'm going to turn them on in a second. Look outside as we hand fly. Look, Mom, hand flying. Go over the Jersey Pine Barrens. Top of the climb is screaming at us furiously. And then we're only 70 miles from JFK. Fly this whole thing by hand. But I do want to show you the autopilot procedures for this. So, I mean, they're not much, but This airplane trims out very nicely, stabilizes very nicely as we head out towards the Jersey Shore. And we're going to just make our way up the coast is how we're going to do it. And hope that we've got the computing horsepower to render New York scenery and capture this video. And actually this is very pleasant flying right now. I've made a firm commitment to save up my pennies and get a control loading yoke so I can feel some control forces instead of springs. They're about $1,700-1,800, probably works out to about $2,000 with the shipping. But saving up for that and for some flying lessons, some flight time. So. Alright, I believe that's McGuire Air Force Base, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that is. That's all it could be. As we work our way into some performance-killing Skymax clouds. I know, it'll be better in the next version. Something like that. I'll believe it when I see it. Alright. Let's, very quickly while we still can. Let's delete and fuel here so we can accurate landing speeds, and let's also check the weather in New York, which is probably unfavorable to this runway. And broken, let's see, overcast. Yeah, let's see, 2988 and winds. Yeah, well, we'll have a little bit of crosswind from the left. Set the altimeter now, 2988. As we round the corner at Coil VOR and head north. Down to better speed. So dials is where we break off the approach. Should be almost fully configured there. And I mean, there's a little bit of a bend thrown in here, but this is not really a radius to fix. It's just the best thing to put in, just to give us to calculate it at least reasonably close. And up the coast we go. So again, we'll be flying to the dials intersection, or the dials fix, and we'll be looking for the tail of this to hit 317, and we'll be looking for this to cross. And that's how we know we make our turn to 085. And sure that we've got 110.5 and 045 set up. We do. Good. Alright, that's obviously not our marker. Let's get rid of that because he wants it. Getting close to top of descent, too. 19 miles to top of descent. I'll want to be at about 2,500 by dials for the circling. see how high it wants us to be at dials. It says 1,300 feet. I think that's a little bit too low. I think it wants us to be, what, 3,000 foot ceiling is our minimum. Well, we might actually not make that. And yeah, cross dials at 2,500 feet or above. That's really fatal. So let's get that right. Dials slash 2500A. There we go. That's more reasonable. And where's our TOD? Coming right up. And of course, being the IXEG, it feels the need to firewall it here. We're 16 miles to Colts Neck, where we have to slow the hell down. And this could get problematic. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to wait till it turns us from a salt and we head inbound to green. We will switch into VOR loc mode. We will grab the localizer at around green. We will continue our descent, probably in vertical speed mode, until we get to 2,500. At which point we should be close to dials. Now, what is going to be interesting and challenging, Skymax is loading letter. Alright, what is going to be interesting and challenging is that we're going to possibly be contending with a 2,000 foot ceiling, which is a definite no-no, so we're just going to disregard it. There we go. So we're not exactly playing by the rules, nor are we playing with a full deck. Alright, so we're coming up on Colts Neck, and that's going to put us right before we head out over New York Harbor. And that's JFK. We're 32 miles from JFK. We're not picking up the runway 4 localizer yet. Alright, so there. We sort of lands in here in New Jersey, and we're starting down. And thankfully, we're slowing down. Are we slowing down? It's going to be that way. All right. And let's slow down. And I'm going to help it slow down. It doesn't do speed prediction very well. Now, I don't know whether that's in the real plane also. Alright. We're coming up on profile, that's good. Zoomed in on the range there. Actually, we want auto brakes 3 because we want to land in short. It says drag required. Well, we've got the drag out, so thank you so much. But, there we go. Alright. So there, we're coming over Sandy Hook more or less. And with any luck, we'll duck below the clouds. And let's get our landing speeds now. We'll land with flaps 30, which is normal. 141, we'll make it 146. That is difficult the way we're shaking around though to do that. 146, and we might get it. 141, there we go. And the winds are going to be slightly from our left as we do this. It really wants drag, doesn't it? Alright, well, that's all I can give it. So there's New York Harbor. There's the Verrazano Bridge. And there is Coney Island. And there's Rockaway. Alright. We're screaming a little bit hot and heavy, but it isn't these days. Alright, so we're inbound to Assault, at which point we'll turn left and we'll intercept the runway 4 localizer. There is, there is the Sunset Park neighborhood. There's Greenwood Cemetery and Prospect Park to the left of it. Alright, we're below our ceiling, so we're theoretically legal. Unfortunately, now we've got frame rate problems. And that is the beautiful New York scenery you're going to see coming in, but sadly, it's not good for the Jews, as they say. Alright. Beautiful looking day, though. Look at that. This is all photorealistic scenery with individually hand-placed buildings. Alright, so there we're looking at the localizer now. And we're looking at JFK's VOR right there. And in a second, I'm going to go flaps 5. That's the Delta Parkway there. As we head for Prospect Park. Alright, we sort of have frame rate. Just hope it improves when we make the turn to final. Look at that though. Look at all that. It's a lot of stuff. Alright, so let me get our turn set up right here. And we'll wait until we intercept the localizer. Okay, now we go flaps 5. And we're only going to be on the localizer for a brief moment or two. Okay, so we're going to turn, intercept the localizer. I'm now going to get us into VOR loc mode. And it has acquired the localizer. And we should start descending. And now the next thing we're looking for is for this to hit 317 and for this to cross. 317. And that's when we will make our turn. We'll go into heading select mode. And let's just get into vertical speed mode, capture that speed. Oh, we got hit by a gust there. That's not the way it really works. All right. And we're looking for that to cross. As it chases the localizer. All right. We can come down now.
2,500.
And come down about there, like so. And we're looking for those tanks. I'm just going to slow our descent a little bit. And, all right, there's wind again. That's not normal. Really not normal. It's not nice. There are the tanks. We're going to heading select mode. Get out of this crap. All right. Slow down our sync right now. There's the highway. And I'm going to fly the airplane because that's no good. All right. So we'll slow. Gear down, flaps 15. Retrim a lot here. There's the flight director. Okay, there's the park. Fully configured now. We're on the speed brakes. And get ourselves
1,000.
stable.
1,000.
Okay, there's the highway. We come. Okay. A little bit slow. There's the stadium. Yeah, we're about 3 knots slow here. There's the little crotch in the creek, you see it? Just see if we're on target here. Just a little high. Yep, just a little high. And we're gonna be cutting into that crosswind. Unfortunately.
400. 300.
Yeah.
300.
Trying to get that crosswind figured out.
200.
There we go.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Let's see if we can make that land and hold short line. Well, that wasn't exactly a greaser that those guys did, but it'll get us there. And just as our frame rates run out too, that's good. All right, let's give it a look. A little high, then I got a little bit sinky at the end. just a bit. Overshot it slightly.
300.
Sink rate.
Oh, it sets us up at that goddamn Flushing airport. All right, well, here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to fix that. We're going to give ourselves a bird's eye view of this whole thing. Sort of like a control tower from over here. All right, there we go. This is going to be hot. Look at that. This is the Channel 5 chopper shot here. And the airplane is where? Ah! There we go. No, it's no good. Stupid. Excellent. Alright, let's just see if we can maybe... Alright. There we go. So we start the turn a little bit late. And we're a little bit... We overrun it just a little bit. Okay. Memo to self. Start turn before intersection. Alright, so then... Yep, you see? We find ourselves sort of overcooking it. Look. Tell you what, it's a beautiful picture though. Look at that. Real Eastern Airlines colors. New York skyline, Flushing Bay. Yeah. Not an atrocious landing. As we try and weather vane off into the wind. Alright, now maybe, there we go, there's the tower, and maybe, see if you back it up beyond a certain point, it shows you the goddamn Flushing airport. I hope the new version of X-Plane does not do that, like that. Ugh. Come on, there we go, well, alright, so there. Right. Blew it again. Damn it. It's really annoying. You know what? I give up. However, I do not ever,
30,
ever,
20, 10.
ever give up on the Hawaii 5-0 shot. That will never happen, kids. Because the Hawaii 5-0 shot, I mean, what else can you say? It's the only shot to have. There we go. Alright, now you can see this in its full glory. God, coming at, look at that. It's coming like a wounded duck. But look at the scope of this thing. Look at, it's basically like a military 180-degree shot. So there it is. There we go. So, I mean, you can appreciate how cool it is to watch these approaches, especially when they do it as they often do in something of a crosswind. Look at that. That's just sweet. Even if I don't execute it perfectly, there is a certain satisfaction in this approach. And it happens faster than you think. It really, New York is the most populated city in the country. It is by no means the largest in size. Jacksonville, Florida, you see, sort of groped around in that wind. It blew us wide, and I'm just counting on it to drift us back. But it is a much more compact city than you would think. All right, here we go. All right, we get it sorted out in the last 75 feet, I think. Certainly good. And the birds are there. Look at that. Wow. A lot of birds. But we scare them off. God, look at that. You could not avoid hitting that bird. All right, so anyway, on that fine note, and it is a pretty fine note, we will leave it there. And thank you everyone for watching, and I'll talk to you real soon.